We now know that the National Enquirer coordinated with Donald Trump and Michael Cohen, allegedly, to buy and bury stories of Donald Trump's alleged affairs in the weeks leading up to the 2016 election. And so now that we know that, looking back at some of the stories the National Enquirer ran, some of their magazine covers from that period actually take on a very new meaning. So I want to focus on one. This is from October 31st, 2016. This is 1 week before the election. Let's bring this up, and hopefully you'll be able to read these. So look, obviously the cover's about Hillary Clinton, her hitman tells all, which is interesting, you should read it. The hitman knows a lot. So, and that was what they were doing month after month.
Yeah, it's obviously she has an assassin, but we're moving forward.
Yeah, she has an assassin, it's fine. But what's interesting is the specific things that Hillary Clinton supposedly did. So bribe reporters to bury the truth, which is interesting, but also specifically, you see on the right, hide her sleazy affairs and pay hush money, literal hush money to hookers. And this is after they have spent a couple of months buying up these stories, allowing hush money to be spent, not on hookers, obviously, but on mistresses, effectively.
Well, we don't know yet. We don't know.
We don't know for sure.
They're doing those exact things.
I'll curb it.
It's like, okay, we're gonna pay you off.
Yeah.
Do all this for you, hide this for you, and then we're gonna flip it. We're gonna tell the story and blame it on somebody else.
No. Here's what I love most of all about this. Because on this show, we obsessively talk about what conservatives do nonstop is projection. Whatever it is that they do, they say liberals want to do. Oh, liberals want to control your life. You're in our womb. Okay, I don't know. Oh, the liberals want to, with Obamacare, want to get between you and your doctor. No, you want to get between us and our doctor on the issue of choice. The liberals are for big government. Let's go invade a country with our giant military, and we need a bigger defense budget, which is the largest military project that is. Liberals get offended so easily. I can't believe somebody said happy holidays to me, right? and the list goes on.
The cups, the Starbucks cups.
Hey, that's legitimate. Come on, that's.
I need a safe space from Starbucks. Okay, but I mean, here it is. Projection 101. So they charge Hillary Clinton with paying hush money to mistresses, what Donald Trump did. Hide her sleazy affairs, what Donald Trump did. Bribe reporters to bury the truth. Donald Trump worked with this reporter in this magazine to bury the truth and to tell you the exact opposite. And then destroying the victims by attacking them, and the list goes on and on. So, this is what Republicans do. I want you to get it in your head. Everything they feel, they project onto liberals. So when you hear them talking about liberals, understand that they're actually talking about what they think. And so the National Enquirer ran story after story after story against Hillary Clinton.
Well, let's bring up the next graphic, you'll see.
This line, just right there, is.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that line too, but John's right.
Yeah, bring this up.
Okay.
Yeah. This is not all of them, by the way.
Right.
Man, some of those pictures are rough. Did you know that she actually died? As they predicted she would.
Well, I mean, let's talk about that, right? So there you see all those covers before the election. And unfortunately, a lot of people believe in conspiracy theories. So like now that it's online and it is affecting politics, people are animated about it. But remember, people are buying National Enquirer magazines for decades. And what is it? Pure conspiracy theory trash. Whether it's against Hillary Clinton or whether it's talking about the aliens that were invading from Mars and they've been doing lizard people before Alex Jones ever knew what they were.
To be fair, Bat Boy.
Okay, that's right.
That was Weekly World News, but that was under the umbrella of like what is the name of the
American?
Yeah, that was one of their
American Media Incorporated.
Yeah.
Yes, the same company.
They just in that picture they gave her cancer. They gave her they photoshopped a picture and added 100 pounds on her. They gave her strokes.
Yeah.
Said she had
but unfortunately,
to jail.
She's doing great, surprisingly.
Yeah, and so I wanted to build on that because look, guys, let's keep it real. Some on the left started to believe it. And that's how these conspiracies work. They spread like poison. And I remember the day that I said she did not have a brain aneurysm. people flipped out. The right wing flipped out, but some on the left were mad. They're like, how could you say that when it's obvious? Obvious how? They're like, look at her performance in the debates. I'm like, did you watch the debates? Because there was someone with mental damage in the debates, and it wasn't Hillary Clinton.
Right.
So
yeah, but they only let Hugh Hewitt ask one question.
People usually find out about a lot of like devastating brain aneurysms because they die.
Yeah, that seems to be common to that type of condition.
And that's the amazing thing about conspiracy theories. Sorry, John.
They never make sense.
Not only did they not make sense, no matter how much they're disproven, it doesn't matter. She was supposed to, according to these headlines, she was supposed to die within 6 months, which was now a couple of years ago. But she's not dead, and people are like, no, still, National Enquirer's got to figure it out. Alex Jones told you that Obama was going to lock up everybody in FEMA camps. Where are the FEMA camps? And yet people are like,
we're all in a big FEMA camp.
right? But they never, no matter how much you disprove them, you can't get knuckleheads to stop believing them.
Even if it's something like not 6 months from now, you'll forget about it in 6 months, but she gained 100 pounds. Okay, she's on the TV every day while this is going on. Just look at her right now. And I'm glad that you pointed out the fake news thing because of course it has always existed. And we focus on fake news, which is designed almost purely to influence elections or social whatever. But the oldest reason for fake news is to make money because if you write exciting headlines, people will buy it. And they don't care if it's true or if it's false. When it comes to this, I don't think that the National Enquirer has hated Hillary Clinton forever. I don't think that they cared at all that it was Hillary Clinton. If it hadn't been Hillary Clinton, if it had been Martin O'Malley, then Martin O'Malley would have been an alcoholic and he would have been cavorting with Venusians and stuff like that. So it doesn't really have anything to do with her. And trust that in the next cycle, whoever it is, if it's Bernie or if it's Kamala Harris or whoever, they'll have headlines like this. And so you need to be prepared for fake news, both in its online forms and in forms like this. Like when they say that a person's about to die, whatever it is, if it feels really good and really right, question it just a little bit if they're getting paid to tell you this stuff. Because here is the amazing thing. I talked about this with Lori Penny on the Damage Report this week. The easiest thing in the world is for someone in media to look out at an audience or a potential audience and say, what do they want to hear? And if you can be paid by telling them that, a lot of people have no integrity, they have no morals. They will do that. And it's not just the National Enquirer.
And in this
They're
case,
the worst, maybe.
But in this case, they made extra deals on top with Donald Trump, which now David Pecker, who ran the company, has admitted, gotten immunity, testified, and presumably testified against Donald Trump, that yes, we were helping him, ironically, rig the election.
But I want to be clear, like the National Enquirer, a lot of people look at this and say, I know that this isn't true, but there are other outlets that have sort of the veneer of credibility. Like, I mean, Breitbart, I guess, isn't one of those or whatever, but Fox News, like Tucker Carlson is talking about the white genocide in South Africa, and a lot of people believe, oh, that's a legitimate outlet, but they're still doing the same thing and largely for the same reason.
And finally, I want to get back to Brooke's point about this line.
Right. Hillary Clinton is a secret sex freak who paid fixers to set up illicit romps with both men and women.
Woo! No. Think about it, guys. If everything else is projection.
Oh, so I knew you were going to go there.
No. I'm serious. She said it says fixers. And in another headline, they're like, oh yeah, Donald Trump. Hillary Clinton has a Mr. Fix-It. They said in the article. Gee, I wonder who has a Mr. Fix-It. Who arranged for a meeting with someone of the same gender, and it involved being in a movie theater, and they had a lot of details. And everything else is projection. We don't need it, and I don't care, right? But it does make you kind of go, interesting. If every other lie was the exact opposite of the truth, right?
You're the worst. You're just the worst.
I'm not saying anything. I haven't said a word.
I'm not saying it, right?
Okay.
Have you heard about the new TYT Audio Network? We have some great new shows for you. Find us wherever you get your podcast by searching for TYT Network or head over to tyt.com/audio.